Aw, animals.
Last male Northern White Rhino is looking for love. Biologist Daniel Schneider tweeted this photo with the caption, "Want to know what extinction looks like? This is the last male Northern White Rhino. The last. Nevermore." Sudan is one of the 3 Northern White Rhinos left in existence. The other 2 are his 23-year-old daughter Najin and his 17-year-old granddaughter Fatu. In 2009, the rhinos moved to the Ol Pejeta Conservancy in Kenya from the Czech Republic in hopes that being in their natural habitat would help them breed. Unfortunately, neither of the females can naturally reproduce, and Sudan has almost no little swimmers left. White rhinos can live to 50 years old, but most of them kick the can at around 40. Sudan is 43, so the clock is ticking in overtime. There still may yet be hope. Conservationists are trying to raise $1 million for fertilization techniques with a GoFundMe campaign called Make a Rhino. Sudan is also being proactive about the situation, which is probably why he joined Tinder in April. Swipe right. Follow your animal instincts and keep watching.
UK scientists using IVF method to save Northern White Rhino. With less than a handful of Northern White Rhinos left on Earth, a team of UK scientists at a British zoo will try to save the species using a procedure never previously attempted. The 3 remaining Northern White Rhinos are under round-the-clock protection at a conservation site in Kenya. There are 2 females and 1 elderly male. Due to fertility issues, the females are unable to conceive offspring naturally. As an alternative, sperm will be extracted from the male and eggs from the females. Using the in vitro fertilization method, any fertilized eggs will be implanted in a group of female Southern White Rhinos, a closely related subspecies, to be brought to term. If this proves unsuccessful, scientists will combine the Northern White Rhino's sperm with the eggs of the Southern White Rhinos, in the hope a crossbred embryo will result. In advance of experimenting with Northern White Rhino samples, the IVF technique will first be tested using Southern White Rhino sperm and eggs. Creating an embryo outside a rhino has never been done before. If the scientists in England are able to pull this off, it would theoretically mark the first step to reviving the species from the very brink of extinction. The Northern White Rhino population has been decimated in recent years due to hunting and poaching for its horns.
Did man once share the world with giant unicorns? An ancient relative of the rhinoceros, described as a Siberian unicorn, may have walked the earth alongside humans. The giant horned beasts were thought to have become extinct 350,000 years ago, but scientists now say the discovery of a fossilized skull shows Elasmotherem siberiacum only died out 29,000 years ago. A study published in the American Journal of Applied Sciences claims the Siberian unicorn may have lived at the same time as humans. The discovery of a skull in Kazakhstan suggests the creatures died out 29,000 years ago, more than 300,000 years later than previously thought. Researchers found fragments of the giant skull in the Pavlovdar region of northeast Kazakhstan. Fossils suggest the Siberian unicorn stood 2 meters tall, 4.5 meters long, and weighed 4 tons, making it bigger than today's rhinos. Scientists believe the Siberian unicorns were herbivores, and their habitat extended from western Russia to eastern Kazakhstan. One theory is that the south of western Siberia was a refuge for the beasts, which allowed them to survive much longer than similar creatures. Researchers are yet to discover any fossilized horns from the creatures. However, skull fragments show a bony lump that is thought to have supported a keratin horn like those of rhinos today.
You got a friend in me. A baby beaver rescued by a Canadian conservation center in 2016, who later gained internet fame as the Lonely Beaver, has found a friend and is lonely no more. The 5-week-old baby beaver was found alone on a golf course in northwest Calgary with wounds on her tail. The beaver kit was admitted to the Alberta Institute for Wildlife Conservation so it could recover, and that's where she's been since. Aw, isn't she adorable? Noticing the female rodent was all alone, netizens quickly nicknamed her the Lonely Beaver. But it seems things are about to change for the better. Earlier this year, a 2-year-old male beaver was admitted to the conservation center after he was found in a storm drain with a bite wound on his lower back. Beavers live better when they have a companion, so the conservation center decided to introduce the 2 to each other. According to their handlers, the 2 are now best friends. And since they haven't reached breeding age, their relationship is purely platonic, for now. These 2 adorable beavers will be released together in June 2018. Since caring for wildlife is generally expensive, the Conservation Center has set up a GoFundMe page for the pair's medical costs, which are expected to amount to $23,000. Here's how horses got their hooves. A new study can now finally explain how and why horses evolved from having toes to hooves. Equines, such as horses and zebras, are unique for being the only living animals with only one toe on each foot. But this wasn't always the case. The earliest horses were small and lived in forests, with 4 digits on their front legs and 3 on the back. The side toes were essential and helped carry their body weight. As their habitat transitioned from forest to grassland, horses' bodies grew larger and their side toes started to shrink. To compensate for the extra load, the middle toe bone became thicker and more robust. Transitioning to a single toe may have also made it easier for the animals to run farther and faster. The study examined fossilized bones of ancient horses and used computer simulation to determine how the bone structures bore the animal's weight.